of course, what we're trying to look at here. We're also on Facebook Live, so feel free to share, tell your friends, ask your questions. We'll track some of these showers and storms. We've got this batch that's moving in through Guilford County right now. It does have lightning in it, and it does have heavy rain, and that's moving right for northeast portions of Greensboro, as well as dealing with some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Although I don't see a whole lot of lightning, that doesn't mean that there isn't lightning. I have learned that the hard way. When you see those dark cores, you can still get lightning produced in that. They're just not necessarily being detected by the software you use quite yet. So with the heavy rain, there is a threat for lightning. Be careful of that. This is a special weather statement. A special weather statement differs from a severe weather warning in the criteria. All right, so we have to hit 60-mile-an-hour winds to get a severe thunderstorm warning. This storm is not necessarily producing that. National Weather Service, scanning it, looking at it radar, different levels, said, okay, it's weakening, so we're going to issue what we call a special weather statement. This is for up to 50-mile-an-hour winds and pea-size hail, which is why you see that up there. So that's really what we're warning on with this particular cell that's moving into Greensboro, at least the northeast portion of Guilford County. And then also into Alamance County, they have their own special weather statement for that complex of showers and storms as well. So that's what we're tracking at the moment. Let's go ahead and do a nice close-up here. We got a couple of showers kind of popping up off of maybe some of the outflow boundaries associated with this. But this is what we have. Brown Summit, some very heavy rain coming down. Highway 29 is probably pretty wet right now, so be careful. Hydroplaning will definitely be a concern there. Osceola to Brown Summit along Highway 150, Highway 29, 61. Also seeing some extremely heavy rain into northeast Greensboro. That's going to be moving towards McLeansville here very, very shortly and is impacting at least the northeastern edge of the urban loop. Brightwood getting some very heavy rain along 840 and 785. And so that's going to be moving basically to the south and to the east. So kind of south-southeast of McLeansville, Sedalia, and then that could continue just moving, basically clipping the far eastern edge of the county. Now, the bad news about this, good news is a lot of people are getting some rain in Guilford County. We desperately need it. Bad news is the western end of the county is not going to get some of this shower activity at least, which means the airport's going to register no rain, even though we had some rain in Guilford County. That's just how it works for record keeping, though. This little shower kind of popped up maybe off of some of the outflow from that. It's moving over Lake Brant in that area, 220. I know quite a few people that live around the Lake Brant area, Lake Townsend. So please be careful with that. Watch out for some of those showers, thunderstorms, heavy rain coming through. That's going to be moving towards Horsepen Creek Road here and the north end of I-840. So keep that in mind that you are going to be seeing some heavy rain here, especially right here. There's the core of the storm. That's moving right along 785. Whew, there's going to be some heavy rain. Get ready, McLeansville. You're going to get absolutely swamped by some very heavy rain, some gusty winds, potentially up to 50 miles an hour as well. That could then move towards Whitsett and Gibsonville as well, and as this continues to drop kind of to the south and east. Now, I do want to also point this out that Rockingham County has seen quite a bit of rain, especially in Caswell County. They saw some rain earlier, and they definitely got some rain. And then Rockingham County has gotten a decent amount of rain from some of this. Eden had some rain earlier. Mayodan had rain earlier as well. That shower now has just pressed south of you. Reedsville picking up a little bit of light rain. And then as we go a little bit further to the west, we get into Stokes County. Meadows, watch out for some heavy rain that's going to be headed your way. Danbury, Moore Spring, Dillard along 772, Highway 89. Get ready. There's going to be some heavy rain headed your way here shortly as well. And Chestnut Grove maybe getting a little bit of a shower. And then a little shower moving here on the far northern edge of Mount Airy, or at least northern edge of Mount Airy, up right along the state line here from southwest Virginia, from southern Virginia into, I should say central Virginia into central North Carolina. I'm so used to saying southwest Virginia because that was my old market. So. And there's still scattered showers and thunderstorms developing along a front that is currently dropping our way. We're also seeing quite a bit of thunderstorm activity and special weather statement issued into Raleigh. And so look at all of that heavy rain moving through Wake Forest. That's going to be moving right into downtown Raleigh here just in a little bit, 5:40. And so if you live in that area or heading that way, watch out, some heavy rain. Look at the outflow boundary here shooting out from that. And that is kicking off some new shower and thunderstorm activity. So this is what we're talking about. Those outflow boundaries rush out. And then I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because I know I'm going to butcher it. I believe it's Fuquay-Varna, maybe? I probably butchered that. But what I wanted to show you is you see the green line shooting out and then now the storm popping up to the south of that, or right ahead of that line. That is developing ahead of that cooler, dense air that's rushing out from these thunderstorms. And that is exactly what we're talking about when we're talking chain reaction forecasting, where we see these thunderstorms pop up and they move through and produce quite a bit of heavy rain. So that's moving through the Raleigh area. They have gotten quite a bit of rain. Great, because Raleigh really does need rain. As well as the Triad, and we're getting some of that very heavy rain moving through the area. Let's check in on Alamance County here real quick as well. Downtown Burlington getting some good rain, and we're also seeing rain stretching along Highway 100, 87, Altamaha along 87, getting some of that rain from the storm maybe through Guilford. Burlington, Hall River, Hall Fields getting some of that rain as well. Mebane, not quite getting it. It's kind of just to the south and west of you all. I-40 is going to be pretty wet, though. Graham getting some needed rain as well. And you can see some of the places there that are definitely getting some heavy rain, especially downtown Burlington right now. Elon got a little bit of rain earlier. The rain right now is lightening up, but watch out again for the cell here that's dropping southeast out of Guilford County. That'll be headed right for Gibsonville, Elon included with that as well. So get ready for some heavy rain there. Still dealing with those special weather statements, which is what is the white box that you're seeing. I can also take that off if it bothers you all. Let's check in on chat and see if we have anybody on chat. Right now, we don't have any comments. So if you guys have any questions about where things are going, please put them in chat. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, no problem, Carolyn. I'm glad. I wanted to pop in here. Unfortunately, sometimes with programming, we just don't get to go on air, and we have thunderstorms moving in. I got to tell you guys about that. We didn't have our show. I'm going to jump here on Facebook Live and let you all know what's going on. Summerfield will be getting some rain. I know we have some viewers there that pop on chat every once in a while from Summerfield, and so they're going to be getting some rain. Greensboro as well, the Northern Loop, and look at all the lightning that's occurring outside of some of these storms as well. And those bolts out of the blue that you have to kind of watch out for. It also could not be, they also could be produced from some of those cells, and it's just not lining up right as well. But you also can get those bolts out of the blue, and so you have to watch out for those. Lightning can strike up to 10 miles away from a parent thunderstorm. All right, so we'll let this go here for a little bit longer and see if anybody has any questions about who's getting rain, who's not getting rain. But that's what we're dealing with at the moment. So again, there's kind of the large scale picture. Now, if I were to zoom it all the way out, let me do that for you. Here's all of our activity. Let me load this up. You can see all the scattered and shower thunderstorm activity kind of dropping out of Virginia. Why? It's all ahead of a cold front. So that cold front is still well to our north. It really won't clear us until we get into our Monday. And that until then, we could see some scattered showers. Now, all of this activity is driven kind of by the heat and the instability. It'll start to wane as we go through the evening hours, especially towards after sunset, where we lose our heating source, the sunshine. And so we'll start to see those kind of bubble down as we go through the overnight. And then into the day tomorrow, that front's going to be closer. It will be pushing through. It could kick off an isolated shower. So our front's really far to the north here, probably up along, I would imagine, southern Pennsylvania. I can double check that here for you all in just a moment. Let's see. Here's our current position at the front. I would imagine that's exactly where it is because that's where we're seeing it. Indeed, yeah, southern Pennsylvania. So I would say if I had to roughly estimate where our front is. Let's see if I can do this. It's probably somewhere here. A little crooked there, but not too bad, right? I actually might push it a little farther south because you can get storms that develop on the backside of the cold front, but it's probably something like that. So that's the front that's going to be heading our way as we go into the day tomorrow. Just right now, we're not seeing, it's not going to push through today. It'll be into the day tomorrow. So I can run that out for you on our Futurecast model. Stand by as that loads. High Point, don't see any yet. Thank you, Marianne. I appreciate it. Are seeing any rain coming to High Point? It would depend on if we get more stuff to form a little bit further to the west. That's what we would need for it to get to High Point. Because you can see the general motion of this. It's basically south-southeast. These cells are actually moving southeast. These are kind of dropping a little. So if this stuff that's coming out of, say, Stokes County, Rockingham County continues to move and just drop to the south, eventually High Point will see some of that. It's not moving very fast at all, so it would be an hour or more, most likely, to get to the High Point area. But it could get there. We could see some showers. These are those chain reaction forecasts. You can also get those scattered showers and thunderstorms to pop out ahead with some of those cold pools rushing out. Actually pretty close to the station. If you don't know where we were, in northeast Greensboro here, I think we're just going to miss out on the rain if I'm zooming in here. There's Bessemer Market. Yeah, I think the station is going to miss out on this rain, which is a shame. I mean, we did actually have a pop-up right over us, very light. It rained on us for just a little bit, but this is more the urban loop. So the outside, so the urban loop, the eastern side of the urban loop, if you know where that is, east, outside, out towards Alamance County. That's where we're getting the heavy rain right now. McLeansville, Gibsonville, Whitsett, all going to be seeing some of this rain. It's moving right towards Rock Creek Dairy Road and I-40. So that's going to be fun driving through that. Rain is coming down extremely hard. In fact, an interesting thing for you all here, jumping on our Facebook Live, is that our moisture, and I'm going to do a vertical short on this for you all, but where our moisture is actually the same amount of moisture that you're seeing in the eastern Pacific, like the amount of moisture that we have in the air. There's a measurement of that. And if you were to measure the amount of moisture in the air over the tropical Pacific or the equatorial Pacific or the equatorial Atlantic, and you measure the amount of moisture over us, it's the same. It's very, very close. So we have equatorial tropical air, like what you see at the equator, very, very hot, humid, that type of humidity is over us. So all of that to say, all of these storms are going to absolutely dump and pour on you. They're going to be massive raindrops, which is why you see the reds there, the oranges, the yellows. Those are those bigger raindrops, those tropical raindrops coming down on your windshield. Thunder or hail, no, and a little rain so far in Reedsville. No wind or hail. Okay, well that's good. So Reedsville is getting some rain as well. Yeah, I wish we could get some here as well. No problem, Georgette. Glad to be here. Pouring in Burlington. Yes, Joanne, we need that rain in Burlington. You guys have been very dry. I'm actually planning to head out to your all's 3rd of July celebration. So I'm looking forward to heading out to Burlington. I haven't been out there yet and checking out Alamance County. I've driven through it a couple times on my way to Raleigh, but I have not been to Burlington yet, so I'm looking forward to that this upcoming Friday. Hopefully we can keep all the storms away. I think we're going to be under that dome of heat, and we're probably not going to get any storms on Friday. Maybe into Saturday. Might have to watch out for a few northwest flow showers or storms. Depends on how quickly the ridge breaks down. So that's what we've got going on here at the moment. And so let me just show you. Let's see. So that is who's going to see the rain. Again, there's Burlington. It is, again, coming down to Burlington. So many people like Joanne are thankful for that. Graham as well. I-40 is getting pretty wet right now in Alamance County. Mebane really kind of missed out on some of the opportunities there. We're also seeing a few scattered showers a little bit further to the north, coming out of Person County into Orange County, northern Orange County, and northern Durham County as well. There's Reedsville getting a little bit of light rain right now, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. And then again back towards Stokes County, rain coming down pretty good right now. I'm not seeing a whole lot of lightning with this. So Meadows getting some really good rain right now. 89.8 Walnut Cove getting some good showers. It's going to be moving towards Bellows maybe? Is it Bellows or Bellows Creek? I would say probably Bellows Creek would be my guess. And so, yeah, some good showers coming in there. And then that rain shower has pressed on to the eastern edge of Mount Airy as well. So let me take you all back to kind of our view from our viewing area, what we call our DMA. You can still see some special weather statements are in effect for parts of the Raleigh-Durham area and here in the Triad as well. So one of the reasons we may not be seeing a whole lot of lightning further to the west is we saw a lot of cloud cover today, and that has kept us kind of on the cooler side. So look at Mount Airy, 84 degrees, 85 degrees in Statesville. That's enough to get some thunderstorm activity. Reedsville, though, in the upper 70s, and Greensboro in the mid 80s. They are reporting lightning. That's the airport at PTI is reporting lightning in the area, I guess, at least. 84 degrees there at PTI, 79 in Burlington, and then a little bit further to our south and to our east towards the Sandhills. Lee County coming in at 86 degrees, Pinehurst 87, 86 as well in Siler City. And so Chatham County could be getting a little bit of those scattered showers and thunderstorms. So if you're at Jacob Lake, heads up. You could get some of those showers and storms if they continue to move to the south. Although I think they're moving a little more southeast. So let's bring up Futurecast for you. I think I was going to show you this, and then I think I got distracted. Surprise, surprise. So those showers and storms are going to continue to push through. Again, after the sun starts to set tonight, we're really going to start to see this activity wane pretty quickly and go away. And then as we go into our Monday, we're starting off with pretty mild morning in the upper 60s, lower 70s. As we go through the day, you can see just a little bit of that cloud cover. Temperatures are definitely going to be way warmer tomorrow, closer to those lower 90s. But do you see the little bit of activity popping up off the higher terrain? That is what we'll have to watch into Monday. I've kept us with a 20% chance of some of those isolated showers and storms moving through. And then as we go into Tuesday, we're going to start to build in the dangerous heat. We're looking at temperatures in those lower 90s, and then it's going to be dry, maybe a few clouds here into Tuesday as well. So what does that look like? Here's what our highs look like tomorrow. I think they're going to be in the upper 80s, right around 89. Is I think where we'll be for Greensboro. That's a little cooler. And then to Tuesday, 90, 91 degrees. It is going to be hot. It is going to be humid. And here we go into Wednesday. You're really going to notice the heat Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and yes, even into our 4th of July. So mid to upper 90s is the actual high. That's the air temperature. That does not factor in the feels like. When we look beyond that into our Thursday, upper 90s for us, lower 100s for some of us as well. This is actual air temperature. And Friday, I am going, as well as James this morning, went low 100. We went 100 degrees. Now, we have not hit that in 14 years. It's very difficult for us to get to 100 degrees because usually the ground moisture and the amount of higher dew points that we deal with in the summertime, it's hard to get the air to warm up that much. But we're going to have such a strong ridge of high pressure over us, kind of abnormal for this time of year. Very, very strong ridge of high pressure. So a lot of sinking and compressing of the air that's going to warm us up. And we're in a drought. So we don't really have a whole lot of water inside the ground to kind of keep us on a little bit on the cooler side. So I think we could very well approach 100 degrees as we get into our Friday. I think that is very much doable. Now into Saturday, as we go into our 4th of July, we are looking at the upper 90s to lower 100s. Again, this is the forecast temperatures, not the feels like. The feels like, of course, is going to be worse than that. As we go into our Sunday, I think the heat starts to back off just a little bit. I went more 97 degrees, and I think we could see maybe a few scattered showers and storms by Monday into the upper 90s, a little cooler in the upper 90s. That's just crazy to think about, right? So the heat index, that's what it feels like when we factor in the moisture that's in the atmosphere plus the heat that we're dealing with. And so the sensible heat plus what all that moisture in the air, it's going to feel like triple digits Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And it is going to be dangerously hot. So if we look at the heat risk, this measures the heat stress on your body and how dangerous it is. And so National Weather Service has this. You just basically Google or whatever your favorite search engine is. You can put in heat risk, and it'll give you, it'll pull up the site. You can put in your hometown. It'll tell you kind of the impacts that you walk through. 4 is as bad as it gets, and we're going to deal with it Friday for the big cities and Saturday for everyone. Everyone will be dealing with this heat risk in the extreme category on Saturday. There is a lot of magenta, and let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is Saturday's heat risk. This is the 4th of July when all of us are outside. This is the heat risk. 4, it does not get any higher than that. That's maxed out. So this means everybody's going to deal with extremely dangerous, prolonged periods of heat. You need to stay hydrated. You need to seek AC. You need to seek the shade. It is not going to cool down much at night. In fact, we'll only cool off into the mid-70s once we get into that heat dome, or not cooling off at night. And so it's going to be very dangerous. You have to stay ahead of the hydration, all right? So that means when you get up, maybe while you're waiting for breakfast, making that cup of coffee, have some water. And then have another thing of water as you go through the afternoon. I don't retain water, so anything I drink, I get rid of. So even then, I have to just make sure that I'm keeping up with the hydration and avoiding kind of the peak heating of the outside. It's going to be really hot, and it's going to be hard to do that because we have so many 4th of July events going on. I'll be running the 5K in downtown Greensboro on Saturday, and that is going to be a soupy mess of a run. So that is the danger, is the heat. And because of that, we have pulled a weather impact alert for not just 1, not 2, but 4 days because of how dangerous this heat is. Wednesday through Saturday will be weather impact alert days, dangerous heat. It's going to be near 100. It's going to feel even more than that, up to 105 at times. Maybe even a little bit more, especially as moist as it will be. Even if we mix out some of the dew points in the afternoon, that'll make us warmer. And even though the moisture is not as much, it'll still feel really hot. So we got to limit our times outdoors, hydrate, take those AC breaks, check in on those that are going to be at risk. So those who may not be able to cool as efficiently or as effectively would be our pets. Right? If it's too hot for you to go outside, don't bring pets outside on the pavement. Maybe let them stick to the grass and limit their time outside. Try to have them inside or have shade for them. You want to check in on the elderly and children as well because they're not able to communicate maybe as well, or they don't understand the risks as much. And then especially our elderly, just making sure they have a cool place to be as we deal with this heat. There's your 7-day forecast here. And I'll be checking in on chat here in just a little bit. But there's our 7-day forecast, weather impact alert for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All of those days will be dangerous heat as we're going to go through this stretch. Thankfully, it's only 4 days. It could be a lot longer. I've seen death ridges set up for weeks. That would be what we had in 2012, and thankfully we're not seeing that. It does look to break down as we go into Sunday and into early next week, bringing northwest flow back, and that could also bring the chance of scattered shower and thunderstorm activity once again. So that's kind of what our 7-day looks like and what we are dealing with. We'll continue to watch those scattered showers and storms. Let me check in on chat here. Okay, some rain in Lake Jeanette, a rumble of thunder at times. And it poured down here and the sun is back out. Yeah, that's kind of how the summer goes, right? You get a downpour, the sun comes back out, and it feels worse than it did before it stormed. because of the higher humidity with all of that water down on the ground that's now evaporating into the air, or at least trying to, or just stagnantly sitting there. And it just feels so hot after some of those storms as well. So that's what we've got going on. I just wanted to check in on what we have going on here. Let me actually do one more check on radar. I'll try to keep this to about 30 minutes or so, unless you all have any extra questions or I see any strengthening of these storms. All right, so yeah, we're still seeing some of the, wow, look at that. So that's going to be heading for Forsyth County now. So those heads up in Forsyth County, if you're in Bellows Creek, Walkertown, Bethania, you're going to need to watch out for some of these rain showers and storms. Whoops, it's max 4. We have a lot of different boxes that we use. And so here you are, Meadows, Walnut Cove. That is moving in south, due south. So that's going to be heading towards Bellows Creek, Walkertown, Dennis, into Forsyth County. That could also impact Kernersville along 421. The eastern side, at least, of Winston-Salem could get some of this rain. Maybe downtown if this holds together. And then those showers have pressed along the eastern side of Greensboro along 40 and 85, the split there. Greason's Crossroads, Troxler's Mill, also dealing with some of that very heavy rain at the moment, and that'll continue to drop to the south as well. So communities here in the southeast, maybe Julian eventually along Highway 62, Alamance Church Road. Very sparse area, right, of southeastern Guilford County. And then these showers are actually pushing south, kind of slowly, but more or less south. So maybe Rock Creek, Saxapahaw, the southern end of the county really needs some rain bad in Alamance. So hopefully we can get some of these communities to get some of this rain here shortly in Alamance. And then there's Chapel Hill getting some rain. You can see how it just kind of dives and moves over the same area. That's what we call training of showers and storms. And so that could be maybe a low-end flash flood risk for that. Some showers pushing through downtown Greensboro as well. And Summerfield getting some of those showers as well as Oak Ridge. They did expire the special weather statement. You don't see the white in there anymore. But yeah, all of our lakes there. Townsend and Jeanette getting some of those showers, as well as somebody just reported there, Lake Jeanette getting some rain. And so we could see this continue to just kind of move down the western side of Guilford County, which is good because our airport is right around the western edge here in Colfax. Colfax is, of course, right around where the airport is. So our airport, we need the rain. We need it to continue to work its way to the south so that we can actually count for some of the rain in our climatological data that we got today. So like I said, that kind of far eastern side of Forsyth County is going to have to watch out for these showers dropping here to the south. And those will continue to potentially drop all the way to the south. That would be great because then that would get some of our other areas, such as Siler City, Chatham County, getting some of those showers. There's Jacob Lake. And so some showers over there. Thunderstorms just off to the north, though. I would not be on the lake with storms in the area. I would shelter in car or, better yet, a building would be a better place. Lee County is dry right now. We're dry in Randolph County, as well as Davidson County. You guys definitely got some storms yesterday. And like I said, maybe some of this rain makes it a little bit further to the south. But we'll continue to see some of these scattered showers off and on as we go through the next couple of hours. Some heavy downpours, gusty winds with that. If anything looks like it's ramping back up and we have just a massive mess, I'll pop back on here on Facebook Live. Otherwise, pop myself off here. Have a good rest of the night, a safe rest of the night. Make sure you have ways to receive warnings should you need them. I don't think we're going to see any more severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, which is kind of meh for temperatures out there. It is very humid, and that can add instability to the atmosphere. So if you haven't seen any rain today, you could still see some like I said, I think southern Alamance has a good chance of seeing some of those showers. And if it holds together, maybe parts of Randolph County, northern Randolph County, High Point, maybe seeing some of those showers if that western edge of Guilford County stuff holds together. And then Forsyth County will be seeing some rain here shortly, and if that holds together, maybe into Davidson County. So that's what we've got going on right now. I will leave you all with our radar. Again, you can download WFMY Plus. It's free. You can watch streams like this on there, and you, of course, can get 24/7 radar, and that is what I will leave you all with. So have a good and safe rest of your night.